Good morning. It's Wimala Bikuni, or Ayya Vimala, or just Bikuni, and I'd like to join you this morning, Tuesday. It's a beautiful day here. We're really feeling summer, but we're also feeling, if you're like me, this is an up and down time, and our practice is so important to help us find the middle through that up and down. So as things go up and down, and depending on how involved you are with the being out in regular, what is this normal? I don't think we're normal yet. Maybe we never will be or never were. But I don't know how much you're out and about. I'm still staying in. I go to the grocery store when I need to, but it feels better to stay in and continue with Zoom classes and being in touch with people in different ways than getting together usual ways. I'm staying abreast of the protest and the politics. Today, I know there's a funeral in Houston where I grew up, where I was born, so my hometown, and I think a lot about Houston and growing up there, and it was always, I would imagine it had always been a very difficult place for people of color to live in, and I could see that even as a child, and then now I see it as an incredibly cosmopolitan city, but the people, there's so many marginalized people and people who are not part of that wealth and abundance in Houston. Lots of people on the streets, and lots of success, lots of money other places, but lots of poverty and lots of unjust things going on. So you see in so many different immigrant communities success and more acceptance, and then you see a lot of times in the Black communities that there's still a lot of poverty. So injustice is everywhere, even in our hometowns. So this world is challenging us right now, and I think that's good for us to see how we're handling it. I wanted to just mostly sit with you today because I think the biggest challenge for us right now is to know what to say, is to know how to be in discussions, is to know what kind of action to take. And so I think we have to really double down on our practice. And that practice might be when you're washing the dishes or when you're doing laundry. It needs to be time that you commit to letting your thoughts not carry you away, but to be with your breath and to be in silence and to allow yourself to breathe and to meditate while you're doing the most basic of things. We have to keep your mind in that quiet place so you know what you need to say next, so you know how to answer questions from a place of love instead of hate, and from a place of kindness instead of unkindness. And we need to be thoughtful in how we're thinking, and we need to be reflective of our own lives and of our own choices and of our own of the places where we can look around and see how we're spending our lives. Think of how you spend the most time and what you think about the most. Are you thinking about things you want? Are you being fearful about money? Are you being angry a lot? It's really time to really look at that and see that. And someone's writing right now saying their mom is near death. They're in the hospital. So in the midst of all of this, we have these deep tragedies going on in our life. Sometimes we're not even able to be with those people we love at the time of death. So life is going on no matter how much we want to stand still, right? And that's what I know we have to focus on. Life is going on. We can't back away from it. So we have to know how to be in it and have to respond. And I think that's where meditation comes in and can be an asset to us and to all of our loved ones. And I think what happens when we begin to spend that time looking at our own minds, that unless we're doing it the wrong way, the people around us will be benefited. They will see the benefits, they'll see us changing, they'll see us becoming calmer, maybe more reasonable, more thoughtful, easier to talk to. And when they see that from us, it makes them relax around us. They feel better around us. And we don't need to be telling them, oh, you've got to be like me and try this meditation stuff. We don't have to do that, because our lives will be the example that we want to be. And that if they're interested in that, they'll follow up on it. But we want to be like little candles out there, lighting up the world. But we do it through our behavior and our actions and our words. We don't need to do it by trying to convert anybody or trying to change anyone's mind. So if you're going through something very personal and very tragic, be with yourself as much as you can today. Sending metta to that loved one, sending peace to that person or those people. If you have your own issues of life and death going on right now, this is a pretty powerful day, I would say, just to be in this world, and then to have it compounded with your own, something from your own very close, within your family or a very close friend, then that's just compounding it. So this may be a more important time for you to try to be with your breath, and with your kindness, with your love. And we'll all make it one way or the other, dead or alive. We'll all make it through this journey. So think about all of the people now who are suffering in this world, and we can begin with ourselves when we practice metta, because we need to be sure that we're including ourselves in the people in the world, human beings, all going through this difficult time. And every day, most of us are going through difficult times. And in the middle of those difficult times, we may have incredibly wonderful things happening, and we may feel guilty about that. So don't feel guilty if you're experiencing joy and happiness, because we need that. And we need to be seeing your joy and being able to be happy for you. And we don't need to be hiding anything. So let's sit. I think my message is getting a little confused, because there's just so much going on in my head. So that's a good time to sit. So to all of you who are watching and who may see this at some point, this practice that we do can keep us always knowing to find balance in our lives. The practice itself can help us balance. We'll always be caught up in the ups and the downs, but our path is to find balance in the midst of that. It's not to give up on joy and happiness. It's not to embrace suffering at all. It's to find balance in this world, because as we can see just all around us right now, we couldn't have better examples. There's no balance. And what we have to do is find that and know how to come back to that place of balance. And in the midst of any conversation you have today, remember to breathe and to be thoughtful and to be kind. Don't add to the hate in the world. Don't add to the suffering. Remember loving kindness and renunciation and harmlessness. That should be our resolve, our intention for every day. Okay? So now I'm sure you're all in the posture that you want to be in, or you may be walking and listening to me. Be relaxed. If you're not walking, you can close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. Let your hand be on your belly so you can feel that those breaths are getting down into your belly. Not by any deep exertion, but you want to let it get down below the top of your lungs and your throat. So you're just allowing your breath to go down and make it to your belly. No force. We're all relearning how to breathe, which is very good. So be aware of your body breathing. Each inhale and each exhale. Be grateful to the earth. It takes in everything that we spill out onto it. It takes in all of our garbage and all of our polluted air, and it takes in all of the mistakes that we make, and it still is here beneath our feet. Allowing us to live. Be grateful to the people who gave you life, to your parents. Be grateful for the love that surrounds you. Be grateful for the ones you love. May I be well, content, at peace. May I be free from fear, free from anxiety, free from worry. Be aware of how good it feels to settle down, to be quiet, to allow the thoughts just to come and go, but to stay with your breath. So many people in this country are sick and can't breathe, or they're angry and can't breathe. they're sad and cannot breathe. This breath is the anchor of our practice because it's there, because it reminds us we are alive and there's much to do, no time to lose. Now think of your loved ones, your family members, the people you love, who you consider your extended family. Think of them, see the different people in this group. Send them metta. May all my loved ones be well, and may they be content, may they be at peace. If you have a loved one who is dying or who is near death, think of them, help them be calm, let your own thoughts be calm. Help them with your calmness. Help them become calm at the time of their death. Or if they may need to be calm if they're sick and just need to be breathing and be at peace with whatever is. If someone is nearing death, being peaceful and calm is the best way for them to pass. Without confusion, without fear. And keeping your loved ones in mind, but now, if you're ready to, we can move out to different people, to people who are more just acquaintances, people we may see every day, people we may see if we go to the grocery store, or if there are neighbors. People who we may be in touch with who are in groups that we belong to. Send out this same peace, this same metta, this loving kindness, this goodwill out to all of these acquaintances. Maybe to all your friends on Facebook, or all the people in your church or your temple, or all the people in the Zoom classes that you attend. May all of these people who I've had some encounter with, who are meaningful to me, who are in a world that I connect with. May they all be well. May they all be content. And may they all be feeling safe. May they be at peace. So even if they are marching in the streets, even if they are being peaceful protesters, help them be at peace in their hearts. Help them stay with a mind of peace, speech of peace, and their bodies at peace. And now out to all beings in the world, in this planetary system, in this world, beings we can't see, beings invisible to us, other human beings, all creatures and animals, all beings being born and all beings dying. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes, free from fear and worry and anxiety, free from hunger and thirst and the extremes of the weather. May all beings be able to care for themselves or have care provided for them lovingly. And may all living beings be able to live in peace. Just breathe with metta. Feel the quality of goodwill. Goodwill, loving kindness, friendliness. Allow it to just shower down on you. At the same time, you're radiating it out. And it's boundless, it's endless. Carry this feeling for the rest of your day. And may you sleep well tonight. If your heart is heavy, or you're just feeling at that point of not knowing what to do and it's hard to sleep, practice metta. Or just focus on your breathing. Try to let the thoughts fall away. If you really have to worry, pick a time, give yourself 15-20 minutes and worry. But don't do that before you go to bed. Do it when you can be by yourself. Or put a timer on. But let this practice of metta be how you find your balance. May peace be with all of you, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. And find something that can give you joy and fill your heart with gratitude. Something or someone. Okay, thank you very much. for being part of my practice and for being something I have great gratitude towards. Thank you. See you Thursday.